when a major ballet company does a brand new production of a Marius Petipa 3-act classic, the ballet world sits up and takes notice. We in New York take particular notice of the Royal Danish Ballet's new production of La Bayadère, largely because two beloved artists, beloved by the New York audiences, are involved. Richard Hudson is the designer, and Nikolaj Hübbe is the artistic director, and he has all the ideas behind this production.
All right, good. Just a second. It should be like time, the anticipation of like tick tock, the piqué in the arabesque, and keep your arm going. That it's like a big wave. Boom, 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 boom. Continue into. Does that make sense? Just try.
So obviously there are parts that you're not going to touch choreographically, or
no, there are parts that are.
But there are parts you're really going to
absolutely
change.
Yes.
Because the story, you want to just give a little hint of what this, a big hint of what the story is about, or the big change.
Absolutely, because usually La Bayadère takes place in India, and everybody is Indian, of different castes, of different social ranks and classes. And it is the story between the love story between a Bayadère, which is low in rank, a temple dancer, and Raja's son, who was like an Indian prince, if you want. And their love and their mingling is impossible. I've moved it to the Commonwealth, to the passage to India, the jewel in the crown. Empress Victoria's India, 1900.
It adds another whole layer of dimension to the drama. The Bronze Idol solo.
Yes.
But it's a little bit different in your version. Correct?
It is, because we set it in 1905. Not long after, Nijinsky does his very famous Le Dieu Bleu, the Blue God. And Richard, who loves Baxter, I who loves Baxter, Nijinsky, and that whole era of Ballet Russe, we thought it would be nice, or fun, to recreate the look of Nijinsky's Blue God. However, tonight, we don't, because we're still, getting the production together. We don't have the blue color. So tonight he's actually as gold as he usually is in any version you'll see. However, once we get to the premiere, he will be blue.
How do people in New York know you?
They might have seen something I designed about 16 years ago called The Lion King.
The Lion King. And more recently?
More recently, Alexei Ratmansky's Nutcracker for ABT.
You've done a lot of dance design.
Only in the last few years, actually. My career's been mainly in opera and theatre, and it's only in about the last 6 or 7 years that I've started to be asked to do dance, which I'm thrilled about. Because originally I was Nicholas Georgiadis' assistant, so I feel like I've come full circle.
You come back.
I feel at home again. I was influenced mainly by miniature paintings from Rajasthan that were done in the 18th and 19th century. They quite often incorporate an extreme false perspective, which you can see here, and also extraordinary color combinations.
So we're going to do the unforgivable and actually talk to somebody right after a variation.
I actually taught Amy at School of American Ballet. And then we both ended up years later in Denmark. And you grew up at School of American Ballet with Balanchine. And you have danced several Bournonville ballets. What is the difference between Petit Pas and Bournonville, Petit Pas and Balanchine? Balanchine said himself that, you know, he would choreograph and he would make up steps and he would this and he would that, and at the end of the day, he would realize he was just doing Petit Pas. So there are similarities for him, but what do you think?
Well, first of all, yeah, there's similarities between all three styles, but the biggest difference is all three styles have such a different port de bras and upper body, which is a huge challenge, but I love that. The head in Bournonville, if you would do the three shades, I think would be very opposite to what we're trying to do. So I've had to learn to use my upper back very differently. The way you hold your fingers in Balanchine compared to Petit Pas is very different. And then the musicality between Petit Pas and Balanchine. Petit Pas wants you to start on 8. Balanchine tends to go on 1. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit challenging, especially if you have a mixed repertoire.